Today's simulation is going to be hand washing. Hand washing is very important because it prevents the transfer of microorganisms from one person to another. A lot of times you'll hear about cross-contamination that happens. Well, hand washing helps prevent that. Okay? There are two components that make up hand washing. There's the mechanical and chemical part. The mechanical part is the part that actually is the rubbing of the hands, the friction that's made. The second component, the chemical component, is the antimicrobial soap that is used. Okay? Now, in the dental field, we talk about hand washing as a requirement to our profession. Okay? At the beginning of the day and at the end of the day, we are asked to wash 2 consecutive 30-second hand washings, okay, with 10-second rinses in between. Before patients, after patients, we do a 15-second hand wash. Or anytime we're changing gloves, or we're taking breaks, or anytime our hands become contaminated, our gloves become contaminated with one thing or another, we take them off, we wash our hands, we put some new gloves on. Or anytime our hands, no gloves, becomes contaminated. Okay? Now, we will start by removing our jewelry, placing it on a paper towel off to the side. We have our faucet, our soap. Okay, we have our sensor on this one. So we start by wetting our hands. There's an adjuster here, so we can adjust to lukewarm water. Notice that I am holding my hands with my fingertips down, so my hands are getting wet, everything just drips down into the sink. Okay? Once I've wet my hands thoroughly, I go for chemical, which is antimicrobial soap. It says a teaspoon. Now, that just really varies because sometimes everyone's hands are different sizes. So you get as much soap that you need to get a good lather, and that's what's important here, okay? You start by rubbing your hands together, making sure to use your fingers to kind of rub and clean the palm. Make sure to go in between each finger, not forgetting your thumb out here. Making sure to getting the knuckles. Underneath your fingernails. And then not forgetting your wrists. Okay, we rinse for 10 seconds, or to make sure that all the soap is gone. Start again. Going back to the knuckles, underneath the nails, the wrist. Okay. Now, we switch. Our final rinse is going to be with cool water. Again, I hold my hands down. I use cool water so as to close my pores. Once I see that all the soap is gone, I may have to see, because we have a sensor here, soap gets on the sensor. Okay, I hold my hands down, I have my paper towels, and I pat dry my hands. Pat dry my hands. And I don't forget the wrists. Now I make sure to dry my area. Use a paper towel to hold this, pick up this soap. And if I had a faucet that did not have a sensor, then I would use a paper towel as well to make sure to wipe the handles. Okay. Once that's completed, then I go ahead and I put my jewelry back on, put my watch back on, and I'm ready to don my gloves.